Have you ever wondered what happened when the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes, took a trip to China? Well, buck up, because Holmes' journalist is one of the strangest translation adventures in literary history. Part 1. Holmes lands in China with a new name. Sherlock Holmes was born in 1887. By 1896, just 10 years later, he had already landed in China. The very first Chinese translation was published in a reformist newspaper called 时务报, the current affairs journal, run by famous thinker Liang Qichao. But here's the twist. Holmes didn't even go by Holmes. The translator, 张坤德 called him 荷尔伍斯, and instead of being a brilliant London detective, he was introduced as a Bao Tan, which literally meant a kind of undercover cop in the Shanghai foreign concessions. Imagine Batman showing up in New York and someone introducing him as Detective Bob. That's basically what happened. Part 2. So many names. So much confusion. Over the next few years, Chinese translators tried out all kinds of names. It wasn't until 1902 that the name Chinese people know today, 福尔摩斯, appeared in print. By 1916, this name became the standard name. Even Dr. Watson wasn't spared. At first, he wasn't Watson at all. He was called Hua Zhen. So yes, early Chinese readers were following the adventures of Mr. 荷尔伍斯 and his pal Hua Zhen. Part 3. The big translation debate. Now, here's where things get messy. Should translators stick faithfully to the original text, or should they adapt it to local tastes? Early translators often choose the second option. For example, Conan Doyle wrote all the Holmes stories through Watson's first-person narration. But Chinese readers were not used to that style, so translators just deleted Watson's I perspective and rewrote everything in third person, like a traditional Chinese novel. The result? Stories that looked and felt different from the originals. Holmes was still smart, but the web was altered. Part 4. Awkward cultural edits. Now, there's the obvious things. The Chinese characters in the translations probably didn't get paid in pounds. Other changes were even more hilarious. In one story, Holmes shoots bullets into a wall to spell out VR, short for Victoria Regina, Queen Victoria. But in late Qing Dynasty China, readers might have compared that to Empress Dowager Cixi, and that was the political dynamite. So translators just deleted the whole thing, nice and simple. Then there's the women. Now anyone who has seen a movie knows women in media can't have to be beautiful. That's just how it is. And in Sherlock Holmes, it was not really any different. However, in the original books, where women were attractive, they were also determined, strong-minded, and intelligent. The Chinese translations were not so kind. There was a lot more time talking about the appearance of women, and generally they were a bit less assertive and intelligent, relying on men a lot more. Basically, they became a passive Chinese princess. Part 5. The missing footnotes. For about 80 years, almost no Chinese editions included footnotes or explanations. So when Holmes mentioned Scotland Yard, Chinese readers had no clue. Was it a farm, a warehouse, a giant backyard in London, a yard in Scotland? Nobody explained it. It wasn't until 1978 to 1981 when the publisher People's Literature Press released a massive, professionally annotated complete works of Sherlock Holmes that things finally made sense. This edition had proper translations, cultural notes, and became the most popular Holmes edition in China, selling like hotcakes and even winning awards. And fun fact, in 2019, they reissued it again, updated and with an audiobook option. So now you can read Holmes and have him whisper in your ear at the same time. Part 6. So who was right? So, was the early creative literary translation wrong? Not entirely. Without those imaginative rewrites, Holmes might never have become famous in China in the first place. But if you are a true Holmes nerd, nothing beats the faithful annotated editions that actually sound like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's originals. So, there you have it, the curious case of Sherlock Holmes in China. He started out as Detective Bao Tan got his sidekick renamed, lost his Queen Victoria graffiti, and knocked 20 IQ points off of every woman. But in the end, Holmes survived it all, and today he's just as beloved in Beijing as he is in London.